The stepmother of Dhruva Maharaj might have been thinking in a similar way, since he had refused to allow him to get up on the lap of his father. How could Dhruva perform such wonderful activities as pressing down the whole lap? She must have been very surprised when she learned that Dhruva Maharaj, by concentrating constantly on the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart, could press down the entire earth like an elephant who presses down the boat on which it is loaded. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुवैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता विशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam glorification. So these days we have been discussing about the creation of the fourth order, and in this particular canto we are discussing how Dhruva Maharaj leaves home for the forest and how he is doing his meditation. So particularly in this chapter we have been discussing about Dhruva's austerity. So this is a very beautiful topic, and my knowledge in this beautiful topic and subject matter is very limited, but with all of your blessings and the guidance of Guru and Gauranga, would like to glorify the subject matter for my own purification. So in this particular chapter, we have been discussing about Dhruva's austerity. So based on Narad Muni's instruction, so Dhruva basically decided to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead by the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So for the first month, Dhruva Maharaj basically he did the austerity by eating only on fruits and berries on every third day. Then the austerity increased. So in the second month, he ate only in every 6 days. That too only eatables like the dry grass and leaves. Then in the third month, he drank only water for every 9 days. These are the things, like very, very difficult. Like in the holiday season, we see that there are so many food all around are there, and everybody at home, they're having feasts kind of thing. And we're just kind of, like eating and eating and eating because our sense organ tongue is very, like very demanding. So, but for here in this topic, we can see that how Dhruva Maharaj is so austere and how he could control his sense organs, that every third month he is only drinking water, that too only for every 9 days. Now the austerity increased, and in the fourth month, he mastered the breathing exercises. And thus, what he did, he could inhale only little bit of water, only even after every 12 days. Forget about eating anything. He could just, like grasp little bit of water, little bit of air only in every 12th day. So in this way, by doing this kind of austerities, he totally became very much fixed in his position and worshipped Supreme Personality of Godhead in his heart. So by fifth month, what happened that Maharaj, like Dhruva Maharaj, what he did, he controlled his breathing exercise perfectly, that he is able to stand on his one feet and one leg, and just as a column, like we say Dandapat Pranam we do. So he was standing like a danda, like a column. He was standing without any motion. He was standing and without any motion, and with his one toe down, and the other leg basically on his on his the other knee, and concentrated his mind fully on Param Brahman. So he completely controlled all the senses and the objects, and in this way he fixed his mind without diversion to anything else. Upon whom? Upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So thus, what happened? He captured the Supreme Personality of Godhead, basically who is the center of the entire material creation, and who is the master of all the living entities, and even also all the non-living entities. So Dhruva Maharaj basically with his basically meditation, strong meditation, he could capture Supreme Personality of Godhead with his heart. So here we can see that Hiranyakashipu also was doing the exercise. Ravana also was doing the exercise, and Dhruva Maharaj is also doing the exercise. So what is the difference between these exercises? Here, Dhruva Maharaj basically, he is guided by Narad Muni. He is guided by spiritual master. And what he is doing? He is worshipping Supreme Personal Godhead. But here, in case of Ravana and Hiranyakashipu, basically their goal was different. Their consciousness was different. So there is a difference in consciousness and what we are asking for. So earlier in the purport, in the earlier 78th verse, we see that Jiva Goswami explains that since the transcendental form of the Lord is basically seat of the all everything. Basically, Lord is basically Supreme Brahma. He is basically the origin of the Brahma. He is basically he is the origin and from whom the Brahma basically is coming out. So the Supreme Brahma is situated now in the heart of Dhruva Maharaj. Basically, Dhruva Maharaj has captured Supreme Brahma Godhead in his heart. So because of that, Dhruva Maharaj becomes more and more and heavier. He will becomes heavier and heavier day by day. So how to understand this one? Like we see in the Bal Gopal pastime, like Sri Krishna was eating the mud. Like when Jasodamai coming, like Balram ji is coming and telling Jasodamai that Jasodamai come and see Krishna has eaten mud. So Jasodamai basically coming running to Krishna to see that whether his son is eating, her son is eating mud or not. So he asks Krishna, show your mouth. Krishna doesn't show her mouth, show his mouth. Then finally, when Jasodamai insists that Krishna show your mouth, when Krishna opens the mouth, Jasodamai sees the entire universe in Krishna's mouth. He sees not only one universe, he sees multiple universes are there. There are multiple Krishnas are there. So many things he saw. He gets bewildered in that. So that Krishna, within whom so many universes are there, that Krishna basically is captured inside Dhruva Maharaj's heart. So from that we can imagine how heavy Dhruva Maharaj has become. So in by that way, when Dhruva Maharaj is becoming more and more heavy, what happened then? Then he was basically standing on mother basically he was standing on 1 feet. So with the load of his heaviness, the mother basically she started trembling a little bit. Here Prabhupada gives an example that just as an elephant, when we are putting in a boat and with the power of this elephant's weight, basically what happens, the boat becomes either here and there. It started shaking. Similarly, with the heaviness of Dhruva Maharaj's meditation and tapasya, Madharat started basically a little bit shaking here and there. A common person from a faulty intelligence cannot understand this. A learned man also won't understand this. So for this, always sometimes Prabhupada gives a small example, like when we are basically traveling on an airplane, we go from one destination to other destination. If you ask a small boy to how far you can run in 1 minute kind of thing, he will tell maybe in a 1 minute maximum I can cross, 1,000 feet or 2,000 maximum like that, he will tell. But when we are driving on an airplane from one place to other place, and the person basically sitting in this airplane, we can say that this person is traveling at so and so like 100 mile per hour or sometimes 1,000 mile per hour. But the same person will be traveling basically 2 mile or 3 mile or maybe 20 mile kind of thing. Or when he is sitting in a car, we say what is the speed limit? Now how is the speed? The 60 mile per hour. Like no, we cannot drive ourselves in 60 mile per hour. Well, basically you can drive basically 4 mile or maybe like that, something like that per hour. But when we are inside something, we take that that is basically that is our speed. So similarly, when in that way, if we understand that when Dhruva Maharaj basically is capturing Supreme Personal Godhead, Dhruva Maharaj also is becoming that heavy, and with that heaviness of his weight, basically that Madara started a little bit trembling. And here it says that in this Angustham, with his thumb of the toe, basically he could press the earth little bit down. So that was the basically power of his meditation. So here Prabhupada says a very nice thing in the purport, that is the difference between the ordinary consciousness and Krishna consciousness. In ordinary consciousness, a king's son may be refused something even by his father, but when the same person becomes fully Krishna consciousness, within his heart, he can push down the earth with the pressure of his toe. So we see that earlier in this particular chapter, we see that when Dhruva Maharaj is coming and trying to sit on his father's lap, Uttanapada's lap, his mother, stepmother, basically, he is coming and telling that no, you cannot sit on your father's lap. your younger brother only can sit. He basically refused Dhruva Maharaj to climb on his father's lap. But same Dhruva Maharaj, now he is with his meditation and with his austerities and with his love and affection and faith towards Supreme Personal Godhead, he got that much power that he could press the earth little bit down by his only in the tip of his toe. So how to understand this? So our Lord Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he says that Yoginam api sarvesham mad gatra antaratma sradhavan bhajante yo mam samya yukta tama mataha. That means of all the yogis, the one with great faith who always surrenders in me and always think of me within himself and renders always devotional service to me, he is the most intimate friend and united in yoga with me. And he is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Always, like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Bhakti Yoga is the best. Prabhupada also always, he brings into the topic, whatever discussion we do, that with Bhakti Yoga, anything can be possible. With Bhakti, anything can be possible. And also in Gita Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna says that Kunteya Pratijananti Name Bhakta Pranasyanti. Means, O son of my Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee, he never perishes. So there is a difference in power that we see that what Hiranyakashipu received and what Dhruva Maharaj received. It's all about this consciousness. So it is really a mystical thing we see sometimes that Dhruva Maharaj, by concentrating constantly on the Supreme Personality of God within his heart, he could press down the entire earth like an elephant who pressed down the boat on which it is loaded. But a pure devotee of the Lord who never wants this kind of mystic things, they do not desire that I will need this, I will need that. They don't need. For them, Jnana and Vairagya, basically they are basically side products. So what the main thing they want? They want Krishna Bhakti. They want Krishna Prem. How they will get more and more connected to Krishna. How they are more associates. How their family members. How their friends. How they're nearby. They will get attracted to Krishna. How they will become Krishna consciousness. So Bhakti Yoga or pure love to Krishna, it begins when Jnana and Vairagya are complete. When your knowledge about Krishna is there, when the detachment is there, then only Bhakti Yoga will start. So Jnana basically is knowledge and Vairagya is detachment from matter and engaging our senses and mind, everything in spirit with Krishna. So both of these automatically attend when we engage in devotional service to Krishna. So Prabhupada always gives an example of a wise yogi who was able to cross water within just simply walking on the feet. So there are so many siddhis are here there. Like yogis generally we see they do Ashtanga yogas, they do this kind of siddhis to get all kind of that 8 siddhis are there, like Anima Siddhi, Laghima Siddhi, like that they want to attain all kinds of things. Some yogi wants to fly like an airplane, some yogi wants to walk like a water. So there was a yogi who came to a village by doing so much meditation, and he was basically away from his house from 10-15 years, and he went to Himalayas to do some meditation. So when he came back, he called all the village members and he told he come here and I am going to show some siddhis. Now the village members were also surprised, what kind of siddhi this person is going to show us by staying away from the village for 10-15 years. He didn't do any of his household duties. What siddhi he is going to show? So all of them were come to the river bank. Yogi asked everybody to come to the river bank side. Then Yogi, what happened then? He told, okay, all of you see, there are a lot of water in the river. I can walk on the river just like that without anything, and my cloth also won't get wet. So Yogi basically he went into the water, and when he could walk on the river water, basically one place to another place without getting wet. So he was very happy, and all the village people were also giving accolades that wow, Yogi can do this, he can walk on the water. Then there was a older person was there. He was seeing all these things. Then he saw, whatever you did, I can also do that. Now how he will do that? He called the boatman and gave him 2 rupees, and he basically sat on the boat and he went from the one side to other side. Then the old man told the yogi that Baba, whatever you are doing, I could do that in 2 rupees. And you spend 20 years of your valuable time not doing anything, but only getting that which I could, without doing any tapasya or anything, I could achieve in 2 rupees. So basically from here, we need to understand that with this meditation, with this tapasya, with this yogas, what basically we are getting. So if our goal is higher goal, like getting Krishna, then there is some senses there. Like, well, we should not do this meditation for getting this kind of small this kind of thing. When we are attaining, we see from Ruba's example here that simply by doing the meditation, he could press the earth a little bit down. But Dhruva is not doing this just to showcase that yes, I can do this by this meditation. Neither any devotee has a desire to show those kind of things. These are basically when a devotee is surrendered, these kind of things are basically byproducts or side products, or if they come as complementary gift kind of thing, we can say, towards his devotion, towards his loving exchange. So we can see that, always see that Krishna does wonderful things through a small person. Like person might not have caliber, but if Krishna's help, Krishna's basically he surrendered to Krishna, the highest amount of miracle they manifest because the devotee has connection with Supreme Personal Lord, Supreme Personal of Godhead. So we see that Prahlad Maharaj example, Prahlad Maharaj when he was offering prayers, we see Prahlad Maharaj says that there are so many. Hiranyakashipu has done so much atrocities in Prahlad Maharaj. He used to throw snakes. He used to put him under elephants, heavy elephants, and he will be there. Will be Holika will be there, and Prahlad Maharaj will be sitting on top of the Holika on the fire. So many things happened. So, but Prahlad Maharaj was saved from everything. Prahlad Maharaj was just a 5-year-old boy. He did not do any tapasya, any meditation, any siddhis. How was that possible? Hiranyakashipu was confused that I am such a mighty warrior, and I am such a I'm so powerful. I have so much, demons are there. I did so much things. I throw him from the hill. This person is not, this little boy, 5-year-old boy is not having anything. I put him on the elephant. So elephants, when he is going to attack, and Prahlad is basically simply calling out, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva, he just simply praying. And what is happening? The big elephants who's having, so much huge tusk are there. They are just behaving like a little boy. What is happening? Nothing is happening. How this? What kind of miracle this boy has got? Hiranyakashipu, with his, with his senses, he's not able to understand that this is not Prahlad. Basically, it is his Prahlad's bhakti towards Lord Nrsimhadev or towards Lord Vishnu. He's making him more and more powerful. So even if he's a 5-year-old boy, little boy who has not done any siddhis, not done any tapasya, nothing. He doesn't have any formal education also to hold a sword or to take a club or plow. But how he is able to get saved from everything, he was not able to comprehend. But all this is because Prahlad basically he surrendered to Supreme Personal Godhead. When he surrendered to Supreme Personal Godhead Krishna, here we see that in Bhagavad Gita Krishna says that my devotee never perishes. So whatever we have, Krishna has given, and whatever we lack, Krishna has provided that. So in case of Prahlad Maharaj, we see that he accepted all kind of danger, but he never told that, yeah, I could do this. He told it is all because of Lord Vasudev's mercy. I could accept all these dangers and nothing happened to me. So once Prabhupada, when he came to Bombay, there was a Pandal program was going on. So some journalists were there. They asked Prabhupada, you are a sadhu and you are a sannyasi. Usually we see in India, the sannyasis and sadhu babas, they do so many miracles are there. Is there any miracle you can show to us? Prabhupada thought for a moment, and he looked at the journalist and he said, what are you seeing here? He pointed out toward his Western disciples. There is quite a good number of Western disciples. They all were, cleanly shaved, and they were wearing dhoti and kurtas. They're looking like, heavenly angels, or who have come from a different planet, sitting in the front row, folding their legs, and they're sitting on the front row on the floor, and they're listening to Srila Prabhupada and deciding Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam verses. And when Prabhupada is asking questions or anything, they're able to recite and they're able to tell, and they are following 4 regulative principles, and they are basically not eating meat, not eating alcohol, taking alcohol, not having illicit sex, and reading scriptures. He told, for you, don't you think this is a miracle? So don't you think these are a part of mystic powers? So for me, I don't need 2 rupees to cross the river. This is basically the mystic power. And what more mystic power you need? Then all these Western devotees, all these Western boys who were having different types of life are getting Krishna conscious and are basically following 4 regulative principles. So real mystic power basically is by association of devotee, how the consciousness of a person changes. Like consciousness earlier was basically me. Like how I am going to enjoy, how I'm going to acquire more and more. How things are going to be with my benefit. Instead, what happens? The consciousness changes to how I'm going to serve Krishna, how Krishna is going to please. So that's what basically Supreme, that's what basically our Srila Prabhupada desires from us. He wants all of us to give association to devotees, association to outside world, to make them a better, for us to become a better devotee and turn everybody in the world to become a Krishna conscious devotee. He expects that wherever in this month of basically Prabhupada always encourages in this particular month of December, we should go out and do book distribution. Bhagavad Gita basically it has so much power, so much potency. It is the ancient knowledge, and it has basically changed life of so many devotees, so many people. It has changed. So this kind of wisdom, if we share with everybody, basically the consciousness changes, and then we can see the real mystic power. We can see. If in Srila Prabhupada, when he came to United States with in this Jaraduta, basically when he came, he has only $7 with him. With the $7, okay, we cannot imagine with $7 somebody coming in a Jaraduta and having a lot of cardiac arrest within in that cargo ship itself is coming there, and he establishing another empire. When Prabhupada was acquiring this LA temple, I think there was a down payment of 250,000. So these are the things when we think a person coming with $7, not having like any kind of strong material kind of knowledge to get a job here at the age of 60, and he's coming here just with a pure devotion that my Guru Maharaj has told me to spread Krishna's name all around. In that consciousness, in that faith, he is coming, and he is creating an entire empire of Krishna all around the world. This is the real mystic power we can see. So another example wanted to share here is about that why devotees basically, even if they are able to attain siddhis, even if they are very close to Supreme Personality Godhead, they don't expect that Krishna is going to protect them, or neither they show any kind of mystic power by calling out to Krishna. So we all know that Parikshit Maharaj, when he was in mother's womb, Aswatthama basically is putting a Brahmastra, and the Brahmastra is going to attack Uttara's womb, and the last progeny of Kuru dynasty, Parikshit Maharaj, was in mother's womb. So he wanted to basically kill the entire dynasty. So Uttara basically running and coming to Lord Krishna, and Krishna basically what he did, he entered inside and he protected basically Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj, when he was in mother's womb, he saw that Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is there, and he protected him. So in mother's womb, he could see that Krishna is coming to protect me. Now, when he's coming out of mother's womb, Krishna basically he has left the world when he is a little bit grown up. So he searches all around that whether this person is Krishna, that person is Krishna. In that consciousness, he has brought up, and he has got the Pandavas all good upbringings, mother's good nice upbringings. In that, and wherever he goes, he searches for Krishna. Since he was examining everybody, his name was Parikshit. So that Parikshit, when he grows big, basically he goes to the forest, and the forest in the Sringirish's ashram, he basically gets a little bit something because of the college impact. He was thirsty, and we know the story that he basically takes a snake and put on the sage's snake. So the sage's son basically curses him that within 7 days he is going to die. So when Parikshit Maharaj heard about this, and he could realize that he had done a mistake also. So the Parikshit Maharaj should have thought that Krishna is my relative, and Krishna is my so and so, and I know him. If I call, that Krishna is going to protect me, because same Krishna had protected me in my childhood days when I was taking birth. Now also I can call Krishna, and Krishna is going to protect me. But instead, what Parikshit Maharaj did? Parikshit Maharaj, he accepted the curse. He prioritized the glorification of the Lord over his own life. He decided, okay, now 7 days time has come. I have already led my life, and I did a mistake, and the curse is given to me. So I should accept the curse, and in the 7 days, I should do something priorities over my life, that something great than my life should happen. So then what happened? Then Sukadev Goswami came, and in the river banks of Ganges, basically he discussed the glorification of Lord with Parikshit Maharaj. Then because of that, we all are reading about to understand about Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna's pastimes. So these are basically the mystic powers, we can say, that Sri Parikshit Maharaj, to whom Krishna has protected, now when he is living, the entire lifetime of Krishna is getting narrated in front of him. So a pure devotee who basically he only wants association of Lord and association of devotees, and he wants only Krishna Prem. What he should do, what kind of power he should attain, that I'm going to get the Krishna Prema. It could be detachment of the material senses, or it could be attachment to the sadhu and sannyasi. So that is basically the mystic power he looks for. So in here we see that Prabhupada here very beautifully explains that there is a difference between the consciousness we see. There is ordinary consciousness and Krishna consciousness. Demoniac people also do the meditation to achieve something, but here in other way, a Krishna conscious devotee also does some kind of austerities like Nama Sankirtan and Nam chanting. In either of the way, the goal is, if we are basically concentrating how to get Krishna, so that is basically the mystic power we can say for ourselves. So with this, would like to end today's discussion. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much. We like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. We'd like to wish everybody a Merry Krishna must. May Lord Krishna always be in your life, in your forefront, and be situated in the service of Sri Radha Shyam Sundar. I'd like to offer our praise to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare. Jai Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Prahlade, Jaya Padmamata Padmabhengam. Ugraviram,
Raviram, Mahavishnu, Paladam
Nrsimham,
Saratomukham,
Vishram, Badam,
Nrsimham
Mrityum,
Vishnu Padram
Namamiham.
Nityamityu Namamyam.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki
Ki
Jai,
jai,
Prahlad Maharaj
ki
ki
jai.
Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Samar Vaishnavas.
Panchakalpatarvasya Kripasindhavavaicha
Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo
Namo Namo.
Namaha Vaishnavinda ki
Ki
Jai.
jai,
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki
ki
Jai.
jai,
Prabhupada ki
ki
Jai.
jai.
Lord Premanande.
Hari Hari Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Thank you, Prem Saror Mataji. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you everybody. Hari Bol. Hare
Happy
Krishna.
Krishna must to everyone. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.